if thought fit, pass the following as special resolutions: that the bank be and is hereby authorized to commence the process that will lead to the conversion of the bank's current primary mortgage bank license to a regional commercial bank license, inclusive of the requisite business plan. Indeed, that the directors be and are hereby authorized to raise additional capital of more than 10 billion by way of private placement, special placing, offer for subscription, rights issue, or combination of methods that would enable the bank to meet the minimum share capital required for the conversion from a primary mortgage bank to a regional commercial bank. Then C, that the directors be and are hereby authorized to perform such other acts, take other steps, or do all such other things as may be necessary and incidental to the effectuation of the foregoing resolutions, including but not limited to the appointment of professional parties and advisors, and the procurement of all requisite regulatory approvals from the appropriate authorities. Indeed, and the directors be and are hereby authorized to allot the shares arising from the capital raise and list the same on the floor of the Nigerian Exchange Group Limited. Notes: 1. Attendance and voting parties. 1. Attendance and voting by proxy. A member of the company entitled to attend and vote at the annual general meeting is entitled to appoint a proxy to attend and vote instead of him or her. A proxy form is attached to this notice, and if it is to be valid for the purpose of this meeting, it must be completed, stamped, and deposited at the office of the company's registrars, Africa Prudential PLC, 220B, Ikorodu Road, New Lagos, or via email, cxc@africaprudential.com, not later than 48 hours before the meeting. Shareholders will nominate the directors proxy. Meeting link and online streaming of the AGM. Further to the provisions of the Business Facilitation Miscellaneous Provisions Act 2022, which allows public companies to hold meetings electronically. This AGM will be held virtually. The virtual meeting link for the AGM, which will be live streamed at https://www.abbeymobilebank.com/2022AGM. will also be available at the company's website, https://www.abbeymobilebank.com, and other social media platforms for the benefit of shareholders. Note 3. Closure of register. In compliance with Section 114 of CAMA 2020, the register of members and transfer books of the company will be closed from 24 May 2023 to 30 May 2023, both dates inclusive. Note 4. Audit Committee. In accordance with Section 4046 of CAMA, any member may nominate a shareholder as a member of the Audit Committee by giving notice in writing of such nomination to the company secretary at least 21 days before the annual general meeting. In view of the statutory requirement that some members of the committee should have basic financial literacy and be knowledgeable in internal control processes, nominations should be accompanied by CVs of nominees. Note 5. Right of shareholders to ask questions. Shareholders have the right to ask questions, not only at the meeting, but also in writing prior to the meeting. Date says the 24th day of April 2023, by order of the board. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. We are all in receipt of this notice up to this time, and I am glad it was dated with the 4th day of April 2023. We shall be guided by the contents of this notice of the AGM. If you go through the annual report in your possession, you will discover on page 19 to 21 the chairman's statement. You will also see the managing director's CEO statement described on pages 22 to 25 of the annual report. Similarly, there is director's report on pages 27 to 32 of the annual report. May I request that we consider these three reports as having been read. Thank you very much. There are some reports we would like to be read physically here. And one of the most important of such reports is the report from our external auditors. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, distinguished board members, and very distinguished shareholders. My name is Michael Oshinloye, representing Deloitte & Touche, the external auditor to Abbey Mortgage Bank PLC. The auditor's report is on page 54 to page 57 of the annual report, an account earlier circulated. Mr. Chairman and distinguished shareholders, with your permission, I would like to paraphrase the reading of the auditor's report to save our time. Thank you, sir. And I'll read the first and the last paragraph. Independent auditor report to the members of Abbey Mortgage Bank PLC. Opinion. We have audited the financial statement of Abbey Mortgage Bank PLC, set out on pages 58 to 149, which comprise the statement of financial position as at 31 December 2022, the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity, statement of cash flows for the year then ended, and the notes to the financial statement, including the summary of significant accounting policies. In our opinion, the financial statement gives a true and fair view of the financial position of Abbey Mortgage Bank PLC as at 31 December 2022, and its financial performance and statement of cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with the International Financial Reporting Standard, the requirement of the Company as Allied Matter Act, CAP C20, Law of the Federation of Nigeria of 2020, Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act of 2020, the Central Bank of Nigeria Circulars, and the Financial Reporting of Council of Nigeria Act of 2011. Then the last paragraph on page 57, which borders on reports on other legal and regulatory requirements. In accordance with the 5th schedule of Company and Allied Matter Act, CAP C20, Law of the Federation of Nigeria of 2020, we expressly state as follows. We have obtained all the information and explanation which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of our audit. 2. The bank has kept proper books of accounts so far appeared from our examination of those books. 3. The bank's financial position and its statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income and agreements with the book accounts and returns. The bank has complied with the requirement of relevant circulars issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria in accordance with Circular BSD/1 of 2004, issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria, details of insider-related credits as disclosed in note 36 to the financial statement. No contraventions of the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act, that's CAB 3, Law of the Federation of Nigeria of 2020, and the relevant circular issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria came to our knowledge and attention in the course of the audit. Signed on behalf of Deloitte and Touche by my humble self, Chartered Accountant, dated 19 April 2023. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Deloitte and Touche. We go on to have our second important report here. I call on the Statutory Audit Committee Chairman here present to present their report. Statutory Audit Committee.
Shareholders. I read the report of the Audit Committee on page 48. Report of the Audit Committee. In accordance with the provisions of Section 404, Subsection 4 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, we have reviewed the financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2021 as follows. We have exercised our statutory functions and power as provided by the Articles of Association of the Banks and the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 and acknowledge the corporation's management serve in the conduct of our responsibility. We are of the opinion that the accounting and reporting policy of the bank are in accordance with the legal requirement and agreed ethical practices, and that the scope and planning of both the external and internal audit for the year ended 31st December 2021 was satisfactory and complied with the bank system and internal control. We have reviewed the findings on management matters in conjunction with the external auditors and departmental responses thereon, as required by the provisions of the Central Bank of Nigeria Circular BSD/1/2004 dated 18 February 2004 on the disclosure of the insider-related credit in the financial statement. We have reviewed the insider-related credit on the banks and found them to be as analyzed on the financial statement as at 31st December 2021. Signed, Mr. Abbey, Chairman of the committees. Other members of the committee are Prince Engineer Olaiwola Tobun, Mr. Gbadebo Ajeigbe, AVM Olufemi Shuewu retired, High Chief Samuel Oni, 17th February 2022. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Engineer Olaiwola Tobun. But let me just make a correction. Referencing to 2021 is not correct, but 2022. Not page 62. All right. We go on. We have our board advisors. Appraisers. We have our board appraisers here. Please kindly present your report.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished board members, regulators present, national advisors, shareholders, ladies and gentlemen. My name is the senior partner of external consultants on board performance inspector of Abbey Mortgage Bank. Yes.
The report
That
we are presenting is on page 45 which
Chairman is
we have performed the evaluation of the board of Abbey Mortgage Bank for the year ended 31st December 2022 in compliance with the requirements of the Nigerian Code of Corporate Governance 2018, Securities and Exchange Commission's Code of Corporate Governance for Public Companies in Nigeria, and the Central Bank of Nigeria Code of Corporate Governance for Primary Mortgage Banks. Our review covered the evaluation of the board, its committees, and members, with particular reference to structure, composition, responsibilities, processes, relationship, and performance, including key performance indicators. We also reviewed the bank's corporate governance framework, as well as policies, manuals, and procedures, and also undertook the evaluation of the questionnaire. Our opinion. To the best of our knowledge, and in our opinion, the board of Abbey Mortgage Bank PLC has complied with the requirements of the Nigeria Code of Corporate Governance 2018, the Securities and Exchange Code of Corporate Governance, and the Central Bank of Nigeria Code of Corporate Governance during the year ended 31st December 2022. Signed by my humble self, Julius Olukayode Aino, on February 27, 2023, for and on behalf of Olukayode Aina and Company. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Julius Olukayode Aina, for this wonderful report. We proceed to lay before you the annual financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2022 for your comments. You are now invited to make your comments and ask appropriate questions. Members,
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, other directors, and good morning, esteemed shareholders. The name is William Adiwai. Mr. Chairman, today it is with mixed feeling that most of our shareholders are here today, realizing the fact that as shareholders will not be going on with dividends.
It is mixed feeling because if we look at the fact that the gentlemen from VFD have also succeeded in recording a good result for the second time running, we have to still thank God. Give them a round of applause.
These gentlemen came in
after 6 consecutive years of losses. But today they are marking their second year in this organization with another success. So that is the essence of the mixed feeling. We are grateful for these young people that have performed creditably well, despite the fact that we are not going on with dividends. As a shareholder leader, most of the expectation of every shareholder is yield, dividend to take home with. But at times when you look around and realize the fact that at the end of the tunnel, there is green light, you still thank your star that your earning has not gone through the tiny year.
Realizing that most of these investments are liquid assets that could
evaporate into the tiny year at any time. Mr. Chairman, today, when I look at the statements of the chairman and that of the man who is responsible for the day-to-day running of the business, our MD, I have to thank God. The statement of the gentleman looked like an epistle, or perhaps maybe in his spare time, he is now into pastoral service, because he extensively explained the fact that to take this company to greater height, all of us, every stakeholder, must have perseverance and diligence. He went as far as educating us that it is pertinent that the board has to hire smart chaps into sales department, IT, to get this beautiful result we are treating today. Because if you look at
even the other financial institutions,
even the investment brokers,
still hunting for these chaps guys, IT guys, sales, marketing, which the board has done too. We appreciate that.
The board does not consider it
that, okay, let us be conservative. No, we didn't do that. We have recruited those staffs to bring changes into the business. Also, if you look at the award that this organization has gained within this period, 4 awards. One is on most customer
mortgage bank. Another one goes to the MD of the bank. 4 awards within the period we are
considering. Give them a round of applause.
So all of us who have investments in all the quoted companies will realize that in this sector, these mortgage banks, the only surviving ones are just 3. Just 3. And only one of them can effectively say that he has escaped borrowing. We know the terrain at which you work, Mr. Chairman. But honestly speaking, if you look at the financial highlight, you still have to thank God as shareholder. On page 8, quickly look at page 8. The profit after tax went up with 23.4. Gross earnings too went up with 58.42%. Deposit by customer rose to 29.85. Loans
and advances went down.
But the MD explained the risk involved to us too, even under the statement. But whichever way one look at it, though, like I mentioned, we will not be smiling low with our dividend, but we are happy with this result as shareholder. Mr. Chairman, too,
during that period, this board has been kind enough
to show sympathy to victims of flood, which we thank you for this too. You have done very well. Though we are not going on with dividend,
but at least you have been able to help the Nigerian population,
especially those flood victims. We are happy about that too. But realistically, when you look at where my joy is, it's on page 59. Page 59. Instead of retained earning, accumulated losses, I am happy to, it reduces with well over 1 million. These are things we want to see. At least the loss position continue to go down by the passing of each year. Believing that the future is very bright. Like I've explained earlier, our MD too, from his epistle to the shareholder, make us to realize that it is important that we expand our revenue stream, believing that in few months to come we'll have a commercial banking license, which will expand our coast, take us to greater heights. Mr. Chairman, like I've explained earlier, I am happy, though I am not going with dividends, but I am happy that the future is bright. I will give other shareholder room to talk, but all the same, I want to wish this board very prosperous years to come, believing that as you continue to steer the ship of this company, you will remember dividend to shareholder on this area too, because if you have people who have over 1 million shares and you give them even 4 kobo, it's a big deal of money. 4 kobo times 1 million. I see that. Huh? It's a big deal of money. Thank you for the opportunity given. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. More questions, more comments? Yes? From this side.
All protocols to be observed. My name is Adeleke. I'm so delighted to be here. Anytime there is Abbey Mortgage Bank AGM, always delighted to come. Going through the history of this company, that's where we are coming from. Then our first AGM has restaurants last year. I was also there. So having a background knowledge about the company, I'm so delighted to be here. And not only that, the most difficult thing to define in life is success, because in defining success, you define this from your own perspectives. But the most widely acceptable definition of success is that success is an act of making a place better than how you met it. So I'm so happy that these two gentle guys in front of us, they are really successful in all ramifications of life with this result we are considering. If you look at page 147 of this annual report, the page 147 shows a 5 years financial summary. If you look at this 5 years financial summary, dues from bank in 2018 was less than 100 million. And right now we have dues from banks is around 27 billion, which shows that we have a proactive board who knows what they are doing, and they are up to the task, and they are working assiduously to turn the fortunes around. The other speakers have said a lot about mortgage banks in Nigeria, especially the quoted ones. They all have challenges, and most of us, we've decided that anything mortgage bank, we are not buying again. But with the results we are seeing today, we have already changed our perspectives about mortgage business in Nigeria, because it showed us that we can do it and do it better. Also, going through this annual report, reading the chairman's statement and all the resolutions, it gives us a clear picture of where we are going, regional license of commercial banks. Why? Looking at these accounts, I realize we have office in Asaba and in Abuja, though the Asaba business is quite challenging. But if we look at the Abuja business, I believe with this result, there is a feature in it. So why did we want to go for regional license? And going for commercial banking license, are we deviating from the mortgage business? That is one of the things I want to know. Also, looking at this account also, sir, the new law says that quoted company must have 3 independent directors. And also, I look at this account, I realize we have top shareholders that controls about 70-something% of the company. I believe there is need for us now to have a minority representative on this board. There are well intelligent and articulate people around there that I believe might be fit into this board. Also, let's also expand it so that by the time the regulators come out with penalties on this, we will not fine us heavily about it. Also, in the business we are doing, marketing, advertising is so important. And the little mortgage business that are not quoted ones, they have explored the avenue of social media. I know this will have served as a good means of us marketing our products. But now going through our social media page, both Instagram and Facebook, I realize most pictures here that we are not marketing our product. Some times ago, my good brother, Mr. Dioye, shared a picture on his WhatsApp status about the building at Abramade Sanya. I used to pass through there, and when he shared it, I passed through there, and I now noticed it's being financed by Abbey Mortgage. Our social media page should be a page where we advertise our products. Advertisement online goes a long way. Everybody is with his phone, and we explore this avenue to look at our phones all the time. Most people don't read newspaper anymore. All you want to read on newspaper, you go through it through your phone. So this will have served a good means of advertising and marketing for us, especially for Nigerians in the diaspora. Most Nigerians in the diaspora, once they see a building online, they click to it, and they call a lawyer here to come and verify it, and they paid. And this will have been a very good avenue for us because we are a PLC company, and they know that the integrity will be here. Also, I want to employ the board and management. The staffs here, I want to know if you are doing it. That's what other mortgage company does. Any staffs that bring customers to patronize us, do they receive commissions in form of rebates? This will also motivate them to do more apart from the salaries. And these are avenues in which, your church member that you think needs a house, and this, when you refer them to the company, there should be like compensation, and this will go a long way. Also, my good brother has talked about dividend. I would like to go into that again. Also, aggressive marketing also is what we have needed. Going through these accounts, most of our products that we advertise on this account, I'm just hearing it for the first time. These are things that we need to push out and, make people aware of what we do and how we do it. Also, lastly, going through this special resolution, the ninth resolution, why are we I don't really understand. Please, can you explain further why we are removing the
general meeting from this annual general meeting stuff?
Please, I need a good clarification on it. Also, if you are able to clarify that for us, I would like to seek your indulgence and other shareholders in order for us to save time, because we have some people here that even live in Ogun State, and due to the situation of things around there, for scarcity and other things, and we are so time conscious. This special
business 11 and 9, they are all also talking about the same thing.
We can sum it up and make it one resolution in order to save time. Thank you so much for the opportunity. The name is Adeleke Oladimeji.
All right. This way.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
The board, the management, ladies and gentlemen, my esteemed shareholders, you're welcome. Good morning. I just want to talk on a few things. My colleagues have talked on so many other things, but I want to talk on our management. I want to talk on gender compliance. I'm Fadekemi Dosumu Pereira. I look at page 18, the management team. I could see that our female, out of 16 members of management, we have 6. I want to thank our management for complying to female gender analysis. I really appreciate you for that. I know our women are going to contribute a great profit to the development of the bank, because behind a successful man, women are there to lift you up, to support you at any point in time. I want to thank our board for this. And at the same time, I want to talk on our attendance, meetings attendance.
On page 38
39. So our board have done so well in this area. I want to implore you to continue in this trend to be able to sustain the profit we really make this year. I want to thank you for this too. At the same time, I want to talk on our statement of profit and loss. If I look at the results, it's overwhelming, and I believe we'll be able to sustain this. But I have some questions which I want to ask our board. These are my personal observations. These are the questions. How can our bank reduce its operating expenses and others that eat deep into the profit for the year? Then what steps are we taking to manage the debt instruments, impairment losses on loan and advances? Number 3, how can our bank leverage on technology to enhance its operational efficiency and customer service delivery? Number 4, what's our greatest risk for bearing for our profits, targets, and specific goals and objectives we should work towards in order to improve our performance that will impact our bottom line? Above all, I want to believe we have done so well as an organization. And come next year, we are looking forward for a good dividend and a better performance in our ratification. I want to thank you for this opportunity. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have complied to diversity. We have heard from the north, we have heard from the south, we have heard from men, we have heard from the female. So we have to move on. Everybody talks about dividend. But I'm happy that everybody talks about improvement. Continuous improvement would obviously lead us to the big dividend that will soon come. And at this point, I want to call on the Managing Director or CEO to attend to all the questions that have been raised here. Thank you very much. I want to see you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you to our esteemed shareholders for the commendations, first of all, and also for the valid contributions. I have some of our staff in the room, especially the senior management staff, and I'm very sure that for all the comments that we made today, we are all taking notes, and there will be significant improvement. But let me just run through the questions and provide answers and clarifications where required. I know Mr. Jeremy mentioned perseverance. I think I'm also a shareholder in some other organizations, right? And at time, what you look forward to is dividend. So I understand the pain, but you've been with us for quite some time, and you are aware of the journey, where we started from, where we got to, and where we are as a bank at the moment. As the MD of this bank, all I can commit to you is that there is light at the end of the tunnel. We all know what the regulatory requirement is. We all know what the regulatory requirement is as it relates to negative reserves. All hands are on deck. And if you check the account, you'll find out that year by year there has been consistent drop, right? But our estimate, even as a mortgage bank, we estimate that in about 2 years more, right, we would have turned the corner. And you have a history with the bank, right? When we committed 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that the bank is going to turn the corner and become profitable. within 9 months, you could see the results. So we are coming to you that soon, right, Abbey Mortgage Bank will be paying dividend to its shareholders, not just for 1 year, but based on the sustainable growth plan we have, the business will remain profitable and we will yield the fruits of our labor on an annual basis. So on the way, observation on drop in loans, right? We've gone through a phase, and that was a clean-up phase, right? And one of the things we did initially was to come in, look at the loan books, right, and make adequate provisions and write-up, so that we have a clean ground for us to start building on.
In doing that, we're also deliberate in saying the strategy for the bank
is that we are going to be gradual and very deliberate in growing the loan books, right? So we had 6 billion 2 years ago. We had 5 billion loan last year. The truth is that there were increments, but because we had that clean-up exercise, right? We were just sitting down yesterday looking at the position of the bank as at today. As at end of May, right, what you have in loans is probably circa 10 billion naira, so we commit to you that we would continue to see a growth in that line of the financial statement. But also is that, I think what is much more important is that is there optimal utilization of the resources of the bank, especially as it relates to liquid assets. Even though you've not seen that spike in risk asset growth, right? We have that liquidity. We've gone to the market, we've marketed to customers. Customers once again have started to embrace the brand Abbey, which reflects in the growth in deposit liability from 6 billion just about 3 years ago to what it is now. And we knew and we realized that even though your risk assets, or even though we're not going to aggressively grow risk assets, we needed to have an optimized treasury desk where for every time we raise from the external market, right, we ensure the bank gets an optimal return without taking undue risk, right? So even though loan has not grown, right, we've ensured
optimal utilization of every fund, not just the shareholders fund, the deposit liabilities and
other funds we get from our financial partners. Then we talked about the regional banking license. Without saying too much, right? We believe Abbey is right for an upgrade, and we've committed to the board. And we're also committing to the shareholders that we will explore and see to get the bank converted. But also is that we believe that the mortgage banking space is a very, very profitable space, right? You just need to structure your business accordingly and ensure that you have risk management procedures in place to check likely loans going bad and all that, right? So whether we get the license or we don't, right? You as shareholders, you shall reap the fruit of your investment. We will continue engaging with regulators, and we're also continually deliberating in-house to see whether we should remain as a mortgage bank. But there is a revised guideline if you want to convert, which includes you. That guideline is still under review. But ideally is that you need to come to your shareholders to get an approval, right? We don't want to get to that point, or we don't want to see an opportunity, and we now start rushing
to call a shareholders meeting. So we are optimistic on the conversion. We are working on it, right? But also, if you see that that is not the best, that would not serve the interest of the shareholders, well, we would definitely put a stop to it. And I think I should also address your questions on why we think there should be a conversion, right? In the last 3 years, we've worked with quite a number of our customers, and one thing that is very clear to us, that is clear to our front-facing management staff, is that we can serve these same customers better with a license, with a commercial banking license. So I go to a customer, right, and is asking for so. But because of the restriction of the license, right, at the moment, we can probably be able to do about 30% of what the customer requires. So that is why we are considering the need to upgrade the license. But like I've said, it's just still being under evaluation. You can look at it and you decide, and we ultimately decide that we think we're in paradise. We should stay in paradise. So we'll continue to update the shareholders. We noted your questions on social media engagement. If you've been following our social media platforms, you will notice that those platforms 3-4 years ago is not the same platform now. Both in terms of the quality of outputs that you see there, just the quality of what is posted on those apps, and also just even looking at the followership, right? If you want to quantify the growth, right, it's probably above 1,000%, right? But we take your point. We continue. One of the things we track almost on a daily basis is engagement on social media, because we understand the importance. So you were right on point. But we also take those feedbacks. We will look to push more products to those platforms and adopt every of the new type media that is available and being offered by the social media platform. And thank you for that contribution. On the 9th resolution, I'll leave it to the Committee Secretary to attend to it. Yeah. On your points, on gender balance, we believe in the bank itself was founded by a lady. So even we are forced to believe in that noble virtue and ensure that we adhere to it. But beyond that is that we understand meritocracy and we understand the value that it brings on board, right? I'm proud to say that every lady you've seen on that page had proven herself to be there. We call ourselves warriors because it's almost like we're in a wartime, right? Our female warriors, both external and external, that's the front office and back office, they've delivered on the mandate, and we are committed to also ensuring that not just when the time is right, not just you seeing two faces, right? But also seeing a lady come on board. And if you check board representative, in the last 3 years there has been, even though you might not see them listed because they are still undergoing clearance, but at least the minimum additional 2 women has come on the board. We note your comments on meeting attendance. We've enjoyed tremendous support from our board members, right? It's almost like
they are waiting for a board meeting to happen, and when it's required, those board meetings are called, right? You will find out that the minimum is four quarterly board meetings, but when you look at it, we probably have more board meetings. And also to commend the chairman has provided excellent leadership, and even some of the things you have seen and some of introduction of women on the board. I don't think the women have a greater advocate than our chairman, because you outside the board, he's always pushing for gender balance and ensuring that we get on board more women, both on the management staff and as board members. On the financial performance bit, we look at your questions on operating expense. First of all, is that we know what inflation has been in the last 2 years. I tell people, there about March last year or early last year, diesel was cycle 230 to 14 naira, right? At a point, diesel price hit about 800 naira. So of course, there has been inflation. But beyond that is that you've seen an enhancement in the general platform and in the brand of the bank, right? Which has translated to more business for the institution. For every single kobo that is spent, we ensure that we derive value from it. I think it's also noteworthy to mention that Mr. Ahmad, former MD, left last year. There's only a final entitlement. You will see that also reflect. Also, is that continuous clean-up process of the old loans, which you've seen reflect in a much more stronger balance sheet for the bank, right? Some of the impacts would also be that you have to take off some write-offs so that you ensure that you have a stronger balance sheet. So we continue to keep our eyes on OPEX, on operating expenses, and we will ensure that it doesn't in any way result in erosion of shareholders' value. I think pretty much most of the concerns, if not all, has been addressed. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our MD. That one to the secretary.
Let me speak about the
answer
resolutions.
2 or 3 questions of resolution.
Yeah. Mr. Lati made you mentioned that resolutions 9 and 11 should be merged. With all due respect, they deal with different issues. 9 speaks to the provisions of the Business Facilitation Act signed by the former president in February this year. So what we're trying to do in 9 is to domesticate some of those provisions. So that No. You know why we will not encourage that? It's neater and tidier to take the resolutions one by one, and also for clarity. So that is why we have structured in this way. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the questionnaire and the person who gave the answer. One of the principles of this board is transparency. Providing data, figures, everything for them about. That's why you see us being very, very detailed, so that go through us, there's nothing to merge or hide into the other. I want to thank the management team especially. You have heard the promises they have made today and the promises the board supports. I want to assure you that the board is working actively with them. And I think also that we have the best management team so far ever. At least for now. But we hope for a better more improvements as time goes on. Now all right. We have said much. Time to put some of the things we have said into the solutions and the time to bring some of the issues that are required as business of the day into the solutions have also come. And so we will start with our annual financial statement for the year ended 2022. In view of the fact that this meeting is special, votes have been cast ready. Those present physically will also cast their votes here. We will now proceed on the resolutions. The registrars will guide us accordingly on the voting process.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, please may I have your attention to explain the voting procedures. Prior to this meeting, like I said earlier, we have received a total of 12 proxies with 8,630,449,971 units of shares, representing 85% of the votes issued share capital of the Abbey Mortgage Bank PLC.
Voting will be collected using the process in addition to the online votes. Even the shareholders present have been provided access to their online, they all receive their email, so they have access to the online. So our collection will be based both on the process received and the online votings. Abstinence from voting will not be collected for reporting, please. For shareholders using
desktop and laptops, please follow these 3 steps. The first is that you click to commence voting. You click on the resolution to commence voting. Secondly, you select your voting option. And thirdly, you submit. While our shareholders
who are using the mobile devices, we have 4 steps
to follow. 1, they'll be able to click on the top right of their device. Secondly, they click on the resolution to commence voting. The third step will be choosing their voting option. And the last will be to submit your vote. I hope this is clear. Let me repeat again for shareholders using your mobile devices. The steps are: one, click on the top right of your screen. Secondly, resolution. Click on the resolution to commence your voting. Again, you select your voting option. And lastly, you submit your votes. Please note that you can change your option within the available minutes. The available minutes for this voting exercise is 1 minute per resolution. We shall commence voting, therefore, as soon as we have the chairman's directive. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Now we have understood the voting process or processes. We go on. Number one item, very important item. Our annual financial statement that ended at 1st December 2022. I now move that the financial statement for the year ended at 1st December 2022, together with reports of the directors, auditors, the audit committee, and the board appraisers thereon be received and adopted. Can somebody please second this motion? Thank you very much. What's your name? Thank you very much. Those in favor of this motion, thank you. I have already tell us.
So, the voting session has commenced. The voting session has commenced. So we have 1 minute for the voting exercise.
Please, whoever wants to vote. Those against?
Let's proceed with our voting, please. And the voting has ended within the 1 minute. So, please, can we have the result displayed? Technical team, please, can we have the voting result displayed?
We are still waiting for the results.
Okay, the result has been displayed. A total of 8,630,449,971 units of votes cast by shareholders in proxy and online, representing 100% of the vote cast voted in favor of the resolution. There was no vote against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Based on the result as declared or announced by the registrars, which we can also see on screen, I hereby declare that the motion has been unanimously carried. Re-election of the directors. The second motion on the agenda is the election and the re-election of our directors whose profiles are contained in pages 40 and 41 of the annual report. There are two directors that are involved. One is High Chief Samuel Oni. In accordance with our Articles of Association, High Chief Samuel Oni retires by rotation and being eligible is offering himself for re-election. I hereby move that High Chief Samuel Oni, being a retired director, be and is hereby re-elected as a director of our company. Will someone please rise and second the motion? Thank you. Please record accordingly. Those in favor?
Okay, thank you for this resolution. Let's go through the process again. The voting has started. Please make your votes. We have 5 more minutes, 3 seconds, sorry. Okay, 49, 40, 47. We have about 30 seconds more.
Seconds.
And the voting has ended. Okay, it's still running, yeah? 8 seconds, 2 seconds.
Yes, it's now ended.
The voting has ended. So,
for this resolution 2A to re-elect High Chief Samuel Oni as the director of the company. Please can you display the results again? Got a total of 8,630,501,019 units of shares, representing
100% of the vote cast voted in favor of the resolution. There was no vote against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, our registrar. Based on the results as announced by the registrars, I hereby declare that the motion has been unanimously carried. The second person, the director that is involved, is Brigadier General John Obasa. In accordance with our Articles of Association, Brigadier General John Obasa retires by rotation and being eligible is offering himself for re-election. I hereby move that Brigadier General John Obasa retire, being a retiring director, and is hereby re-elected as a director of our company. Will someone please second this motion? Yes? Go ahead. Please record accordingly. Now put the motion to.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To re-elect retired
Major General Obasa. The voting now commences.
The voting has commenced. Please make your votes. 45 seconds more. Thirty seconds. 15, 10. 5 seconds more. And the voting has ended. A total of 8,630,500,519 units of votes, representing 100% vote cast in favor of this resolution. There was no vote against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Once again, the registrars, I thank you. Based on the results as announced by the registrars, I hereby declare that the motion has been totally carried. Resolution number 3 deals with the approval to approve the appointment of Messrs. PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Nigeria, as the new external auditors of our company. I hereby move that PwC be and are hereby appointed as directors of our company, effective today. Will someone please rise and second the motion? All right, please, yes. A little to the left, a little to the right.
I saw you. My name is Abbey.
All right, please record him accordingly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The voting
voting
for Resolution 3 has commenced. Please cast your votes accordingly.
For 5 seconds.
40. 30 more seconds. 20. 15. 10. 5 more seconds. And the voting has ended. For this resolution, we got 8,630,500,519 units of shares, representing 100% of the vote cast, both in
proxy and online.
There was no vote against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Based on the results as announced by the registrars, I hereby declare that the motion has been totally carried. We move to another resolution. This is to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors for the year 2023. I hereby move that the directors be and are hereby authorized to fix the remuneration and the expenses of the auditors for the year ending 31st December 2023. Somebody here please rise and second the motion. Yes? A lady. Thank you very much. Please record her accordingly. Registrars.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Resolution 4, the voting has commenced. Please cast your votes accordingly. We have 40 more seconds.
$30.
20 more seconds to go. Ten more seconds. 5, 3, 2, and the voting has ended. The results display shows that 8,630,500,519 units of shares voted, representing 100% of the vote cast, voted in favor of the resolution. There was no vote against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, registrars. Based on the result announced by our registrars, I hereby declare that the motion has been unanimously carried. We have resolution number 5 that deals with the disclosure of remuneration of competitors. Item 5, section 238 of Karma 2020 requires the disclosure of the remuneration of the managers to the shareholders at the annual general meeting. This is contained on page 141 of the annual report. Can somebody? I draw your attention again to item 6, we have the election of members of audit committee. Item 6 is the election of the members of audit committee in consonance with the provisions of section 403, subsection 3 of the Karma 2020. The committee shall comprise 2 non-executive directors and 3 shareholders representatives. The directors nominated to represent the board on the committee are Air Vice Marshal Olufemi Show, retired. 2, High Chief Samuel Oni. Accordingly, valid nominations received for the shareholders' representatives are 1, Mr. Adekunle Ali, 2, Badebo Ajayebwe Esquire, and 3, the always Prince Engineer M.O.T. Tobon. In the absence of any other nomination from the shareholders, I now propose that the following persons shall constitute the statutory committee of our company for the year to end 31st December 2023. Number 1 there is Adekunle Ali, just for emphasis. Mr. Badebo Ajayibwe, Engineer M.O.T. Tobun, Air Vice Marshal Olufemi Showomo, retired, and High Chief Samuel Oni. Can somebody here please second this motion? Yes. Thank you very much. Record him accordingly. I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. Oh.
Okay. Record.
Registrar, please, just for the purpose of
yes, it doesn't require voting. It's already. We only had 3 nominations and duly carried. Thank you.
The motion has been duly carried. We now move to the special business that we will deal this day. We call it a special business on the agenda. It is on the agenda. It is on the notice you have. Director's remuneration. I hereby move that the director's fees for the year ending 31st December 2023 be returned as 3.5 million for the non-executive directors and 4.5 million for the chairman. Would somebody please rise and second the motion? Thank you very much, Williams. Please record.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we vote for the remuneration of directors, resolution 7. The voting has commenced. $50 more seconds, please. $40. $30 seconds. $20 more left. $10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2. The voting has ended. The results display shows that 8,630,500,519 units of shares, representing 100% of the vote cast, both online and proxy, voted in favor of this resolution. There was no vote against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, our registrars. And now, based on the results as announced by the registrars, I hereby declare that the motion has been unanimously carried. We have amendments of clause 6 of our memorandum of association. I hereby move that clause 6 of the memorandum of association be amended by replacing the existing provisions with the following: that the share capital of the company is 5,76,923,077, divided into 10,846,154 ordinary shares of 50 kobo a share. Would somebody rise and second this motion? Thank you. Thank you very much, Registrar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For Resolution 8 on the amendment of MEMAT, the voting has now commenced. Please vote accordingly. We have 50 seconds left. $40 more. $30 seconds left. 25. 10 seconds left. 5, 3, 2. The voting has ended. And the result shows a total of 8,630,500,518 units of shares voted in favor of the resolution and representing 100% of the vote cast, while no votes against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, the registrars. Again, based on the result as announced by the registrars of our company, I hereby declare that the motion has been unanimously carried. We have a resolution number 9 to make today. Amendment of Article 59 of Articles of Association. I hereby move that pursuant to Part A, paragraphs 11 and 12, sub 1, sub B of the schedule to the Business Facilitation Miscellaneous Provisions Act 2022, Article 59 of the Company's Articles of Association be amended by replacing the existing provisions with the following. 1. General meetings and other than annual general meetings shall be called extraordinary general meetings. 2. The company's general meetings may be held electronically, in other words, virtually, and votes cast electronically, provided that such meetings are conducted in accordance with the articles of the company. Number 3, the company may give notice of meetings to members electronically. Would somebody please rise and second the motion? Yes? Okay. A little to the left, a little to the right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, for recognizing me once again. I so do. My name is Abbey.
Thank you very much. Registrar, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For resolution number 9, the voting has started. You have 50 seconds more. $40 seconds. 35. 25 seconds left. 15. 5 more seconds. 2. And the voting has ended. From the vote cast on this resolution 9, we received a total of 8,630,500,518 units of shares, representing 100% of the vote cast, both by proxy and online. There was no vote against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, our registrar. And again, based on the result as announced by the registrars of our company, I hereby declare that the motion has been fully carried. I want to make a pause here. 1, for us to appreciate ourselves so far. And again, to recognize the presence of one of the major founders of this company, the pioneer chairman of the board, from whom I managed to take over and sit here. Here in our presence is Chief Boniface Ochologo. Thank you. Please may we rise. Please may we rise and applaud him. And the chief is approaching 90 very soon. Very soon means maybe 1, 2, but very soon. It is something good to be alive, to see the fruits of the seed you help to plant, germinate, grow, bearing better and greater fruits than we had before. We welcome you, Chief. We appreciate you. We stand up for you. We pray that God will continue to spare your life. You will live to receive your dividend from this bank alive. Can you sit down? Thank you. All right. We will continue with our resolution. Now we are on resolution 10. Amendment of the Article 86 of Article of Association. I hereby move that Article 86 of the Articles of Association of our company be amended by replacing the existing provisions with the following. Unless and until otherwise determined by the company by a way of a special resolution, directors of this company shall not be less than 7 or more than 12 in number. I now put the motion to the meeting. I call on the registrar.
Second the motion.
Yeah. All right. I now call on the registrar.
Yeah.
Please.
Thank you. Please, the voting has commenced. For resolution 10, we have 40 seconds more. Thirty seconds. 20. 10 more to go. 5, 4, 3, 2. And the voting has ended. The result shows a total of 8,630,500,580 units of shares, representing 100% of the vote cast in favor of this resolution. There was no vote against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, our registrars. Now, based on the result as announced by the registrars of our company, I hereby declare that the motion has been unanimously carried. We have very important motion or resolution to make today that will determine the future of this company or help strengthen and widen the position of our company. This motion, or this is called conversion to commercial bank. Conversion to commercial bank. And the capital raise to effectualize it. I hereby move that the bank be and is hereby authorized to commence the process that will lead to the conversion of the bank's current primary mortgage bank license and status to a regional commercial bank license, inclusive of the requisite business plan. Can somebody move to support this motion? Can I look here? Can I look there? Yes, behind me, yes.
I, Sanusi Rashid.
Sanusi Rashid. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for Resolution 11A. The voting has started, please. We have 55 seconds more left. 50. 45. 40. 30 more seconds left. 20. 10. 2. And the voting has ended. The result display shows a total of 8,630,500,518 units of shares, representing 100% of the votes cast, voting in favor of this resolution. There was no vote against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Once again, thank you, our registrar. Now, based on the results as announced by the registrars, I hereby declare that the motion has been unanimously carried. Consequent upon this motion that has been unanimously carried, there will be another resolution that will help us strengthen it. I hereby move that the directors be and are hereby authorized to raise additional capital of not less than 10 billion. I repeat, of not less than 10 billion naira, whether by way of private placement or special placing offer for subscription or rights issue or a combination of the above methods that will enable the bank to meet the minimum share capital as may be required for the conversion from a primary mortgage bank to a regional money deposit bank. Can somebody now rise and move second this motion? Yes, a lady. Thank you very much. I'm much pleased that the woman has supported this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we commence the voting for Resolution 11B. We have 56 more seconds. 45. 35. 25. 10 more seconds. 5 more to go. And the voting has just ended. The result displayed shows that we have a total of 8,630,500,518 units of shares, representing 100% of the vote cast in favor of this resolution. There was no vote against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you again. Based on the result as announced by our registrars, I hereby declare that the motion has been unanimously carried. And again, because of the uniqueness and the importance of this number 11 resolution, and for the purpose of transparency, clarity, and responsibility, I will move another motion. I hereby move that the directors be and are hereby authorized to allot the shares arising from the capital raise. C, please. I hereby move that the directors be and are hereby authorized to perform all acts, take other necessary steps, do all such necessary things as may be needful and incidental to effectuation of the foregoing resolutions, including but not limited to appointment of professional parties and advisors and procurement of all requisite regulatory approvals from the appropriate authorities. This is for us to be clear. And I want somebody to second this motion. Yes? Thank you very much.
I'd like to second the motion. The name is William Manuel.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Registrar, over to you.
Resolution 11C, the voting has commenced. 52 seconds more. 45, 40, 30 seconds left. 20 more. 10 more seconds to go. 5, 3, 2, and the voting has just ended. And the result displayed shows a total of 8,630,500,580 units of shares, representing 100% votes cast in favor of the resolution by our online and prosy, and there was no vote against the resolution. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Again, thank you, our registrars. Based on the result as announced by the registrars of our company, I hereby declare that the motion has been unanimously carried. Now again, we can't do this unless we do certain other thing. This particular resolution 11 carry another sub-leg, and I want to move that motion. I hereby move that the directors be and are hereby authorized to allot the shares arising from the capital raise and list the same on the floor of the Nigerian Exchange Group Limited accordingly. Can somebody?
Please, let's display the results. I mean, the voting exercise. Please, let's know if there's any challenge. Okay, please just give 1 minute, please.
Technical team, please.
Please, apologies. In a minute more, the voting will commence, please.
Apologies accepted.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And distinguished shareholders. Thank you very much. Can we have the display now? Resolution 11D, please. Yet to be displayed.
Alternative?
Okay. That's it. Thank you. We may have to repeat this exercise because it should be transparent. We may have to repeat it. Otherwise, I have the result already. I know the shareholders have voted, right? They voted. So, their chairman, your decision, this is the result of the votes. Do we carry on to announce it?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So, from the vote card from Resolution 11D, we have 8,630,500,518 units of shares being vote cast in favor of the resolution and representing 100% of the votes cast. There was no vote against. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And apologies for the delay again.
No, it's part of life. Thank you, our able registrars, for work well done. And now, based on the result as announced by the registrars on this particular motion, I hereby declare that the motion has been fully and unanimously carried. Thank you very much. It has been a very beautiful day. The press, the shareholders, the regulators, the registrars, the observers, the directors, the team of management, and everybody. I am very, very pleased that we have started with very good beginning, and we are about to end with a better closing time. So, ladies and gentlemen, the business of the day is done. As there is no other item on the agenda, now may I avail myself of this opportunity to express my profound gratitude to all of you that were able to attend physically, and that those many that are participating virtually. This meeting is a very interesting one, and I'm so much happy to have you present with me and with all of us as we share the joy of the performance of this company as presented to us at this AGM. Once again, thank you very much. And I want to call on a lady started, I believe, in diversity. A lady prayed for us when we started. And I would want any man who may volunteer, a man this time. So, because we believe in ladies and gentlemen.
Salatu for Shalom. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We started with happiness. We understand ourselves. And then we are still praying to all our directors and the staffs and the shareholders. Every one of us who come here, we should go back successfully. Amen. When we reach, we have a good things God will provide to every one of us. Amen. Because I am so happy that the meeting goes successful. Next year, God will still make us to be happiness, happiness, happiness more than this. Amen. All our staffs, when they are going out for business, God will protect every one of them. Amen. And we directors, God will protect every one of you. Amen. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma ij'alni min amri faraja. Wa man fahaja wajila akim bati aira. Progress, progress, progress more. Amen. Ila fi Quraishi ila fihim. صراط الذين يزوفا عبدون ربا زلبت الذي أتأمه من دوه آمنوا من يوفي صلوا على نبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Thank you very much once again. We started with respect and honor to our nation, Nigeria. We will also live here with the same respect and honor to our nation, Nigeria, by hearing and singing our national